In this tutorial we're just going to look at the basic workspace for Dreamweaver. I'm using CS4. If you're using CS5 it's similar, and I'll try and explain the differences as we go along. When you first come into Dreamweaver you get this window appearing which gives you a number of different options. The first thing we're actually going to do is set up the site in Dreamweaver, and this is basically telling Dreamweaver where our website is. So if you go to the top and you click on site and you click on new site, and if you go into the basic tab then click into the advanced. So we want to be in advanced. Give your site a name. This is the name that you're going to see for the site in Dreamweaver. I'm going to type in massage for you work, as this is a test version and that's the case study. The massage for you case study is what I'm going to use. Now the most important thing is to now tell Dreamweaver where the root folder is. Sorry, let me show you that again. So where it says local root folder, you click and you've got to drill down to the particular folder you're using. In this particular case I've already set the folders up, and you need to set them up for your website before you actually go into Dreamweaver. So I've got a root folder called massage for you work. If I click on that, within that I've got 4 other folders which I've created. HTML, well, I'm going to put all my HTML files except one, which would be the index.html, which would be in the outside of it. Images, so I've got all the images I need. The library I just use for various bits of text and other things that I might be using, and the templates we come on to a little later. So I'm in the root folder. I'm going to double click on HTML and just do select. So at this point Dreamweaver, let's have a look, has got a root folder of massage for you work. So that's the top level folder for the website. I'll just press OK, and you see down on the right Dreamweaver now recognises the massage for you website. It's got the root folder at the top and it's got each of the other folders just like Windows Explorer down on the right. So now we've created the website in Dreamweaver. At this point pause the video and go and create your own site in Dreamweaver. Now let's move on to creating our first HTML table. I'm going to create the index table, index.html, which is going to be the home page for the massage for you website. I'm going to do this by going to File and I click on New. Now this pop-up window that comes up, and this is one of the major advantages of Dreamweaver, is that there are a number of basic layouts for web pages that Dreamweaver's created for you and which you can use. So you should be clicked on blank page. The type of page we're going to create is HTML, and then we've got all these layouts that we can use, ready-made layouts for a web page. I'm going to choose the one I've already highlighted, 2-column fixed, right sidebar, header and footer. Let's have a look at what that gives us. So what we get, let's just move that over to the side. What we get is a basic layout for an HTML web page. Just to see what the page will actually look like as an HTML page. First off, we get a H1 heading, so a top level heading. So let's just see what this looks like. This is our main, our paragraph text. Let's just change that. We've got a second level H2 heading. We can see that that's a different size than the H1 heading, and this again is paragraph text. Let's have a look at the sidebar. So the sidebar is actually that's a H3 heading on the sidebar, slightly smaller than the H2 again. This is the same size as the main content text, and we've got a H1 heading at the top for the header. Some of the things about the workspace in Dreamweaver. First off, we've got these windows that appear on the side, these little folders. If you go into, there's more of these. This one here is just showing us the folders within our website. So our top level folder is the massage view work. It's got the folders down the side. If we go to the window menu option at the top, we can click on some others. Now we're going to use this one called CSS styles shortly, so I'm going to click on that. Hopefully on yours, I don't know why this is happening. It's obviously I've resized it at one point. Let's just move that to one side. Your these panels, as they call them, panels on the side, should just fit nicely onto the side and not get in the way. So I've now got CSS styles panel open, and I've got the files panel open. At the top here you've got three different options. You've got code, split and design. You can see that we're highlighted design. What that means is whatever we're doing on the page at the moment is, it's a bit like just a text editor or being in a Word page. Anything you type will appear on the page. If we click on code, we actually see the HTML that's been created by that. So this is the actual HTML code that will be created from this, from our design. So if I click on code, you can recognize some of the HTML code. So for example, I've got two H1 tags there for the header, and I've got the sidebar appearing here with its H3 heading, and we can actually see the part where I've said, where I typed in this is main content, oops, with an S on there. I click back on design, you can see there, let's just get rid of that, this is main content. If we click back to the code side, you can actually see the HTML tags it's going to create for us. There's a lot of other tags and things that are grayed out. These are things that Dreamweaver uses for its own use. We're not going to use this HTML very much in Dreamweaver. We might just look at it sometimes to make some corrections, but most of the time we're going to be in this design view. There's also another view which is called split, and as the name suggests, what the split view does, it shows you, I'm clicking in the design view down here, and you can see my cursor at the top is positioning to the HTML code that relates to that. So if I click in the header, I've got the H1 header, and you can see where my cursor is, and it works the other way. If I click down here into the sidebar, it highlights the sidebar section on my design screen. Let's just click back onto design. Okay, so we've got the panels on the right which give us some further information and things we can change. We've got the design view in the middle, and we've got these windows here, or these tabs which we can change to have a different view. This is our workspace in Dreamweaver. This is the workspace we're on. By the way, I should have said, if yours does look different, top round corner you can actually change the look of the workspace. I've got it on designer. I can't remember some of these, but if you click on classic, okay, well, slightly different view, you get some different things appearing in there. Let's click back on designer, which I'm used to using. So make sure you're on designer for the rest of this tutorial so you can actually see what we're doing on there. The final thing we're going to do is save the page and display it, and then we'll have a look at some of the other bits and bobs within Dreamweaver. To save a page, now at the moment it's just a Dreamweaver temporary page, it's not saved as anything. I'm going to do file and save. It's coming up and it's showing me the folders based on my site. So this is my root folder, massage for you. There's the folders within it. This one I'm going to call index.html. It's going to be my home page, and it's a rule on websites that the home page is always called index.html, and it's the only HTML page that's actually saved in the root folder. The root folder is this one at the top. So we're just going to do save. So now it's an actual HTML page, and I can actually see what this will look like in a browser. A number of ways of doing it, but if I click at the top, this little world symbol, okay, I can click on preview, and I'm going to preview it in Internet. Well, I'm going to preview it in Chrome. I've got Chrome running, and it shows it as a web page. So now I'm actually in the browser, I'm in the web page, and I can close this and just I'm now back in Dreamweaver. So at this point stop, Create your own new page. Rewind the video if necessary, but you're going to create a page with a right sidebar, main content, header and footer. Make some changes and then save it as an HTML page just as a test.